everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm glad to be able to guide you through a session of Yoga Nidra. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it, but I know that I gave a handout to Sheridan and that she shared that with you. You don't have to have your cameras on during this practice. You can do this best by lying down, but of course you can be seated. That's up to you. The main thing is that you feel as comfortable as possible so you can totally drop into the practice. Find yourself in a comfortable position, as I suggested, lying down or seated. And once you find yourself in that position, just take some time now to bring your mind away from whatever has been happening to you this day and our little conversation about the tambura not working, all of that stuff. And just bring your attention to your breathing. You don't have to control it. Just focus your attention on your breath. Sensing the flow. Aware of what the inhale feels like and then the exhale. Just noticing where you're starting from today. This late afternoon on a Sunday.
Okay, we got it.
At the end of June. Noticing how you feel. Following the breath as we make that transition from your everyday Sunday, and in particular this Sunday, to a time for rest and respite. To offer yourself the time to completely let go into a practice that's here to allow you to discharge any kind of tension, helping to facilitate your rest, to restore, rest and restore. Taking it in. Breathing. Taking it in. And as we move into the practice, we slowly start to find our way. The Yoga Nidra is a long journey. And through the practice, we will be flowing with different modalities. Do what you will. Just make sure that you feel comfortable. You might even want to shift a little bit just to make sure you feel pretty good about where you're starting from. And during this practice, if you can stay still, that would be great, but you don't have to, okay? You don't have to stay completely still. If you feel like you need to move a little bit, you're free to do so. I just suggest that when you move, that you do so slowly and mindfully so as not to disrupt anything that you may have cultivated up in yourself up until that time. And so it is, if you move, you need to move, you are free to do so. And as we enter the practice together, please be comforted that at this time, everything is okay and nothing else matters. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do. You are here. You are present to simply feel your body and listen. You are in protected and held cyberspace. And while you are here, everything that has happened before and outside of each present moment will stay outside. During the practice, don't worry or become upset if you don't hear everything that I say, everything that I say. It's natural for a person to flow in and out of conscious hearing during a yoga nidra. The deepest part of you, your core self, will always be listening. Whatever you experience this late afternoon, the practice will benefit you. There is no way to do it wrong. Simply listen with what we call effortless effort. And so noticing your breath, sensing your body, either lying down or seated, sensing the connection to whatever means ground to you in that position. With your breath, you move a little deeper and slowly into this practice. As we come together into this stillness, we are affirming to ourselves to receive deep rest and deep nourishment. With each breath, you can feel yourself ready, maybe even longing to let go. So let go. Trust that you can safely unbridle yourself to wholeheartedly let go, down to every atom that makes your body's mass and your body's substance. As you are right now, detect again the flow of your natural breath and how it is naturally feeding your whole body, your whole being. Breathing in this way, granting yourself the permission to let go, maybe even saying silently to yourself, I allow myself in this space and time to let go. I'm ready to let go. Sensing the breath. Notice the reaction in your body to the settling down, to the sense of breath moving, body settling. Aware of the reactions in your body, noticing how your muscles are settling in, sensing maybe even a softening at this point. The area around your jaw, noticing your tongue and how it's reacting as you enter this practice with the breath. Noticing the neck and the shoulders and how they are at this beginning of the practice. Sensing the breath, aware of your muscles, and then noticing how the breath allows them to settle, to soften. Sensing the softening of your muscles, feeling your breath, noticing how your bones are becoming heavy. Bones heavy, muscles softening. Breath by breath, body easing with each breath. Your body sinking ever deeper with every inhalation and exhalation you take. Allowing yourself to move into that state of dissolve, dissolving tensionless, completely letting go. Noticing the quieting down of the mind, of any exertion in the body, the physical body. Knowing that the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. As you feel your breath allowing your body to release, take a moment to connect with your heart. Sensing your heart, you will ask your heart to help you set a resolve, an intention, or as it's called in the Yoga Nidra practice, the Sanskrit word is sankalpa, an intention, a resolve for your practice. You will do this by asking yourself, your heart, 2 questions. And in the answer to these questions, you will create your intention. So the first question will be, what is my deepest and dearest desire right now? The second question is, what is my greatest yearning? And from that expression, you will create your sankalpa, your intention. You will phrase your sankalpa, your intention, as a positive statement in the present tense, as though it is current and in action right now. For example, instead of saying, I will be in a sentence, you would say, I am. So, as an example of a sentence, perhaps instead of I will flow with the difficulties of my life in steadiness and ease, you would say rather, I flow with the difficulties of my life in steadiness and ease. So take a moment now. I'll repeat the 2 questions and take a moment to allow yourself to answer the questions and then create your resolve. Here we go. Ask yourself, what is my greatest yearning right now? And then ask yourself, what is my deepest and dearest desire right now? Take your time now. Once you've created your intention, your sankalpa, I invite you to state it to yourself 3 times, and in so doing, notice what it feels like in your body every time you repeat your words. Now, with your intention as a companion, you will go a little deeper into the practice on a rotation of consciousness, otherwise known as a body scan. Follow my guidance and move your mind, your awareness to each body part, just as I mention it. Make no judgment about any feelings. Just notice if there's any kind of feeling or sense in that particular body part. Let's begin. Let's begin with starting at the feet. Bring your awareness to both of your feet, sensing both of your feet now. Sensing both of your feet, then focusing your attention on your right foot, aware of only your right foot and any sensation you might be experiencing in your right foot. Aware of the sole of your right foot, the heel, the ankle, the top of the right foot, and then your right toes, beginning with your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and then your baby toe of the right foot. And then move your awareness from the right foot to the left foot, aware exclusively of your left foot, sensing the sole of your left foot, the heel, the top of the left foot, and then the toes of the left foot, beginning with the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and then your baby toe. And then sensing both the right and left foot at the same time, aware of the right and left foot. And then aware of the right ankle, moving awareness up from the right ankle to the right lower leg, aware of any sensation in your calf, the shin area, the right Achilles area, and then up to the right knee, the front and the back of the right knee, and then up to the right thigh, the upper leg, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh, around your hamstring, and then aware of the full length of your right leg, any sensation along the full length of your right leg, and then including your right foot to the tips of the toes. And then shifting your awareness again to your left ankle, aware of the left ankle, bringing up awareness to the lower left leg, the calf area, the shin, around the Achilles, and then moving up towards the left knee, the front and the back of the left knee, and then up to the left upper leg, the thigh, the left thigh, the front of the thigh, the back of the thigh. And then aware of the full length of the left leg, and then down to the left foot, all the way to the tips of the toes. And then gaining awareness of any sensation in both of the legs and both of the feet at once. And then moving from the legs to the torso, you can bring awareness to the area around the navel, the belly button, around the waistline, the full circumference of your waist and any sensation in the waistline. And then your right hip, and then the left hip. And then aware of the backside of your torso below the waist in the area of your tailbone, right above the tailbone in the sacrum, the flat area right above the tailbone. And then returning awareness again to this full circumference of your waistline, noticing any sensation there. And then bringing awareness up the torso in the area right above the waistline in the upper abdominals, sometimes called the six-pack area. Noticing any kind of feeling in that area now. And then moving up further towards the center of the torso, the area at the center of the torso around the heart, the breastbone, the area of your two clavicle, your collarbones, right and left, the full expanse of that upper area of the chest, any sensation there. And then moving to the back side of the body again, right above the waist into that lower back area, sensing what it feels like in the lower back. And then moving your awareness up from the lower back into the mid back. And then inching up from the mid back to the upper part of the mid back. And then inching your awareness up from there to your upper back area. Perhaps now also sensing the two shoulder blades, the right and then the left. And then moving the awareness all the way up to the shoulder line that extends from right to left, left to right. Sensing anything that you might be feeling and experiencing along that line. And then focusing just onto your right shoulder, aware of the right shoulder, and then moving awareness from the right shoulder down to the right upper arm, the area around the bicep and tricep, the deltoid area where sometimes gets sensitive, and then down towards the elbows, the inner and the outer elbow, and then the right forearm, and from the forearm to the right wrist, and from the right wrist to the right hand, the top of the hand, the palm of the hand, and then the right fingers, starting with your thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and then your pinky finger. And then sensing from those fingers all the way up your arm to that right shoulder. And then back down that arm from that right shoulder to the tips of those right fingers. Picking up any feeling you're experiencing right now. And then moving your awareness from the right arm and the right hand over to your left shoulder. From the left shoulder, moving down the left arm, the left upper arm, bicep, tricep, deltoid area of the arm, down from there, down to the elbow, the inside of the elbow, the outside of the elbow where it's pointy. And then from the elbow down to the left forearm. And then experiencing anything possibly in the wrist, the left wrist. And then into the left hand, aware of the palm of the left hand, the back of the left hand, and then the left fingers, starting with the thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, pinky finger, and then aware of any sensation from the tips of those fingers all the way up your arm to your left shoulder. And then back down your arm from that left shoulder to the fingertips of the left hand. Noticing any sensation in the full extent of the left arm and left hand, and then as simultaneously the right arm and the right hand. And then awareness from the arms and the hands to the area of your neck. Sensing the front of the neck and the area of your throat, the right side of your neck, the left side, and then the back of your neck. Detecting any sensation anywhere around your neck now. And then moving from the neck up into the head, starting at the back of the head, where the neck meets the head at the occipital range. And through the back of the head, moving awareness from the back of the head around to the right side of the head, And then shifting over to the left side of the head. And then from the left side over to the right side of the head again to the right temple. And from the right temple to the left temple. And from the left temple to the right ear. Sensing any sensation inside your ear. Perhaps even in the creases and folds of your right ear. And then moving your awareness over to the left ear. Any feeling inside your left ear? Maybe something from deep in the inner ear, the outer to the outer ear and the creases and folds. And then bringing awareness from your ears to your eyes. First the right eye, the lid, the lashes, the eyeball, and then moving over to the left eye, the lid, the eyelashes, the eyeball, and then moving up a bit to the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the area between your two brows, and then the area above that, the full expanse of your forehead, sensing your forehead, and then aware of your cheekbones, right and left, and then your nose, sensing the nose, the two nostrils, right and left, perhaps sensing the breath through a right nostril, through a left nostril, in and out the breath through the nostrils. And from the nostrils down towards the mouth, any sensation in the lips, upper and lower, and then inside your mouth, aware of what you might be feeling inside your mouth and the teeth and the gums, the upper teeth and gums, the lower teeth and gums, the inner cheek of the right side, the inner cheek on the left side, and then perhaps even the upper palate, the dome of the mouth, the lower palate, noticing where your tongue is now resting in your mouth, any sensations in the tongue, and then moving from inside your mouth down, down towards your chin, aware of your chin and your jawline and any sensation in your jaw, noticing sensation anywhere in your face, and from your face to the back of your head again, and then bringing awareness from the back of your head up to the top of your head, your crown, aware of any feelings in your scalp, the top of your head, sensing anything up there at the very top, your crown. And from the crown, sensing your body all the way down, 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 down to the tips of your toes, including your arms, your hands, your fingers. And then rolling the awareness up the body from the tips of the toes all the way to the crown of your head, the top of your head. And then aware of the backside of your body, the full length of the backside of the body, starting at the top of the head, down the backside of the head, down the backside of the torso, down the backside of the arms and legs. And then aware of that same feeling from the bottom to the top of the head, the backside of the body, picking up anything. And then moving that acute awareness of yours to the front side of the body and any sensations from the top of the head down your body, the front side of your body, and then up again. And then sensing your whole body at once, picking up any sensation as you feel it throughout your entire body. And then returning the awareness to the breath. This breath. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. And as such, through this awareness, you are living in the present moment. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. As it is, just as it is, you are, as such, in the present moment. In an age of speed, I begin to think nothing could be more invigorating than going slow. In an age of distraction, nothing can feel more luxurious than paying attention. And in an age of constant movement, nothing is more urgent than sitting still. You are still. You are breathing. You have a sense of whole awareness now. As you are at this point in time, on this day, in the year 2025 of the Common Era. Here you are, taking it all in. And as such, we live our lives through changes, good times and bad times. The wisdom is, though, as such, that none of these will last forever. It's just the way it is. Change is the constant of our lives. And so when things change, as it did at the beginning of this session, we roll with what we have, grounded in the sense of moving with the flow, the way that life is. So we live with this type of not knowing in our lives, and we adjust. Difficult circumstances, political upheaval, the sudden loss of a loved one, or the unexpected termination of your job can make life feel suddenly unstable. But actually, things are always unstable. It's just that we have a tendency to live life from a set of unquestioned beliefs that make our lives feel solid. How can you know what will happen next? You can't, because the universe, from its tiniest particles to its largest forms, is continually in flux. Continually in flux. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. As it is, you are in the present moment, acutely aware of this moment, knowing that from the tiniest particles to its largest forms, this universe that we live in is continually in flux, continually in flux. Breathing in, breathing out. And so it is that we bear witness to all of this. The practice of bearing witness is to see all of the aspects of a situation, including our attachments and judgments. We cannot live solely in a state of not knowing, because life also asks that we face the conditions that are coming at us by being present to them. When we bear witness, we open to the uniqueness of whatever is arising and meet it just as it is. When combined with not knowing, bearing witness can strengthen our capacity for spaciousness, thus enabling us to be present to the very things that make us feel as if we have lost our center. It can strengthen our capacity to listen to other points of view thus allowing a more nuanced picture of a situation to emerge. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. As such, you are in this very right now, present moment, taking it in, taking it in. And further still, it is impossible to predict what any action in any situation will be, or the timetable for when it will arise, or what might result from it. The underlying intention is that the action that arises be a caring action, which serves everyone and everything, including ourselves, in the whole situation. Taking it in, taking it all in, sensing the world and yourself just as it is. No fight, no blame. Working with what is, what comes up. Taking it in. You've been resilient so far, and you will continue to be. You know that. Taking it in. Taking it in. And so we'll take a pause now to allow you to do some counting. You will count to yourself now, giving your space to do a little counting. You will begin with the number 27 and count backwards to the number 1. When you reach the number 1, just turn around and begin again at the number 27 and continue counting backwards to the number 1. It's a loop. If by any chance you lose your count somewhere along the line from 27 to 1, no problem. Just begin again. Go back to 27 and begin again. Let's start now, counting each one of us to ourselves, starting at the number 27, counting backwards to the number 1. I'll give you the time now. We will be silent as you count. You can drop your counting now. Let the numbers go wherever you may be. Just let them all go. Let the numbers fall away from your thinking. No more counting. No more counting now. Let's bring our attention to our senses and our experience of our senses. Let's begin by bringing our attention 2, the sense. We're going with 5 basic senses. I know there are sometimes more. The sense of hearing. So, aware of the sounds around you now. What is your experience of the sense of hearing in the place that you're in now? What are you picking up through your auditory system? The sense of hearing. What are the sounds that you're experiencing right now in your place? And let's take it a little deeper from there. Let's go into the deeper senses, a deeper sense of hearing. What is it that you are sensing through that inner hearing right now? What are you hearing? What are you picking up through that inner sense of being able to pick up sounds and words? And what are you hearing internally right now? What have you been hearing and are open to hearing, but maybe have ignored and put aside? I didn't hear that inside. Pick it up. And then from that sense of hearing, we'll move to the sense of touch. What are you experiencing through the physical body right now? That sense of touch, the tactile sense. Perhaps if you're lying on something, there's the texture of what you're lying on. What kind of a bodily experience of touch are you experiencing in your place right now as you are? And from that bodily sense of touch that you're experiencing, let's go a little deeper with touch and ask ourselves on a deeper level what that sense of touch is. What touches me? What do I find touching in my life that I need to be aware of that will further my ability to move forward with my life? What am I picking up that touches me internally that I really need to bring attention to? That's part of the bigger picture moving forward with my life from the here and now forward. What do I find touching? What touches me? Whom touches me? And then moving from that deeper sense of touch to the sense of smell, the olfactory sense. What is it that you're picking up through your olfactory system, your sense of smell in the body sense right now in the place that you're in? Is there any kind of scent in the air? Are you picking up must? Can you actually smell maybe some of the particles? Who knows? Take a moment to notice. What are you experiencing? And then we'll go a little deeper now with this sense of smell and then ask, what scent am I picking up about my life now that I really need to follow or I need to be aware of? What smells good? What doesn't? What am I sniffing out in my life that I need to bring some attention to? for the bigger picture of what I am here doing now and forward. What is that? What are you picking up? And from that deeper sense of smell, we go into the sense of taste and notice if there's any kind of flavor or experience of taste right now, a residue of a meal, something that you might be experiencing or not. Notice what that experience is in the body through the sense of taste. And from that bodily sense of taste, let's go deeper into taste at a different level. The sense of taste. What are you sensing? What flavor in your life pleases you? What will help to move you forward that you've picked up? What do you have a taste for? What do you have not a taste for? What are you ready not to no longer be a part of, no longer consume, so to speak? Take a moment to see on a deeper level what that sense of taste is for you. Something for now, something for moving forward into your life. And from the last sense from there is the sense of seeing of sight. And with eyes closed, which I assume you might be right now in that state, perhaps you are still able to see something at the back of the eyelids, something that seems like a memory. What are you able to see through the body right now in the way that you are right now, or not? Maybe nothing. No way to do this wrong. And then there is the question of the deeper sense of seeing, of sight. A lot of times folks call this like insight. I mean, we've all heard that word. So what might you be picking up or have picked up and haven't really looked at again, haven't used that inner eye to see again? What kinds of things are you seeing or have you seen internally that you really might need to really know now in this here and now time, in this going forward, in the bigger picture of who you are, what that might be? And take a big deep breath and let it all just percolate, allowing the exhale to leave your body. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. As such, you're dwelling in what we call the present moment. Taking it all in. Senses engage both in the body and a much deeper level, aware of body sensations and a sense of being in your place. Taking it all in, breathing in, breathing out, in and out, sensing the breath, noticing the breath, And so it is from the top of your crown. May you have clear thought, clear thinking. From the area between your two brows, may there exist there always for yourself a keen vision of who you are. From the area of your throat, may there always emanate from you clear, authentic speech. From the area of where your heart resides, may you always give and receive freely. From the area of where you felt your solar plexus earlier, may there burn steady always the flame of who you are. From the area of your navel, may there always stand there, ready, your next bright idea. And from your tailbone area, also called your root, may you feel a connection to all things that exist on the planet, and maybe anything beyond it. Breathing in, breathing out, sensing your body from the top of your head to your crown, all the way down. Aware, acutely aware. This body at rest, this body whole, this body as you are, this mind as you are right now in this place, in this year, in the end of June, in the year 2025 of the Common Era. From Albert Camus, for you. My dear, in the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back. Take it in. Take in your experience. Take in the place that you are. Beginning to once again sense the space you're in, the feeling of the air of where you are. Picking up any kind of scent and smell in the place that you're at right now. You are physically now. And begin to slowly but surely make your way out of the Yoga Nidra. Go slowly. We don't rush. We don't have to give in to the age of speed right now. Take it slow. Come out slow. At some point, you are lying down. You might want to bring your knees to your chest and roll a little bit side to side. And then maybe roll over onto one side and then slowly bring yourself up. If you're seated, you might want to move a little bit in your seat. Maybe stretch your arms overhead or such. You decide. It's up to you. Just take your time coming out as we move out of the practice. And as you come out of the practice, and if you've taken your seat, if you aren't seated already, just take a moment when you find yourself in some way vertical again, the vertical way that we move through life and meet people and work and do the day-to-day things that we do, how we interact, we live in a vertical space. And take a moment to see how your breath is now. Take a moment to see how your body feels now. And take a moment, maybe even to bring to mind your intention, that sankalpa that we set at the beginning of the practice. You might want to review that now. And then I invite you to bring to mind one thing right now off the top of your head that you're grateful for, anything right now. You're grateful for it. And then allow me to offer to you to thank you for this opportunity to take you through a Yoga Nidra. I'm sorry we didn't have the soundtrack in the background, but like I said, and the way life is and what we say is we roll with it. And so it is. Let me just thank you and say this to you. May you be safe and protected. May you be free from harm. May you be healthy and strong. And may you be truly happy. Thank you very much, everyone.